September 14th, 2025. On the first cool Sunday of 2025 since February, it's me, Jason.
And David.
And we're back. Dave, it's September 14th, and America's in trouble. It's having a bad week.
Yeah, I'm tired of living through once-in-a-lifetime events every quarter or so.
I'd say you brought this up before, and you made a great point. I think it was back we had Hurricane Ian. It was the once-in-a-lifetime storm. Then we had the following year storms, which is also Milton and where the H1 was, also once-in-a-lifetime storms. Yep. And you're right. Like, this whole once-in-a-lifetime thing is starting to wear itself pretty thin.
Yeah, the simulation has really cranked things up lately.
It's almost like, here's my new theory. Ready? You got your tinfoil hat on?
Oh, yeah, I always.
I'm thinking they're prepping us for the asteroid.
Or the aliens.
Well, they already told us aliens are real.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, this week the government released footage of a drone firing a Hellfire missile at a UFO, hitting it, and it just bouncing off and saying, that was cute. And just nobody cares or even talks about it anymore. We're like...
Are we just numb? Are we numb to it?
Oh, yeah. I'm numb to crazy stuff happening, that's for sure.
Yeah. And it's everywhere. And... I think one of the polarizing things, right? So obviously this week, not a great week. We go through September 11th like we do every year. And then we have the Charlie Kirk assassination. And like everyone's reaction was not a normal, what I would say would be a normal reaction if you watch the video watching someone get shot.
Yeah.
Is it too frequent? Are we that numb? Have we become too far the other way where we just don't resonate with anything anymore?
Yeah, people are getting too comfortable with death and people getting killed. I mean, they tried to assassinate him twice. Imagine if they were successful.
Yeah, and honest to goodness, they missed by what, 3 inches?
Not even.
Yeah, I mean, he had a new ear piercing, I think, when he was done. But I mean, Jiminy Christmas. How do you like I said, it's just over and over and over. And now you got to realize, I think there should be parallels between the way that stage was set up with Trump and the stage was set up with Charlie Kirk. And it's just, hey, we can't hang out at the park anymore and do this kind of stuff.
Unfortunately, there's going to be a risk to speaking in public.
And it is a shame. There's been a lot of, obviously the floodgates are open, right? So you've got just the floodgates of media, and you and I aren't going to make a difference. None of this is ever going to make it to the big time on CNN or CNBC or Fox News or pick a side.
That kind of shitty attitude.
I know, right? We're going to try our best, but it was some of the slow it down people. I guess that's what I'd call it.
Yeah.
And they said, listen, all he wanted to have was a conversation, whether or not you liked what he said. And it's just words. They're just words. And I think about all the times that, you and I, coming from retail, we worked in environments where people would get up in your face and shout and yell over the sale price of green beans or whatever horse shit. And, you'd have to sit there and you deal with it, and I had one. We had a guy with a Western Union where he filled out the paperwork wrong. We were trying to get closed and all this other stuff. And he fills out this paperwork. It wasn't going through. And then he gets right up in my face and is like, you won't help me because I'm black. And like the whole store is sitting there staring at me. And I'm like, okay, I didn't help you because you filled out the paperwork wrong. Let's work on this together and let's not yell and scream and spit. And then I looked at everybody in the store and went, next show is at 7 a.m., everybody. Come on back for more.
Kill Whitey.
Yeah. And I'm like, give me a freaking break. Everybody wants the stage. And it was a shame, too, is because, even like you and I, we've tackled these topics so much over the years, and they're just words. They're just words. And if you ever run into somebody that you really disagree with that much, I just walk away.
Yeah. Or here's a wild idea. If you don't want him to do that anymore, stop showing up. He won't do it if he shows up.
Yeah. Well, the funny part is, not funny, haha, but funny, isn't this ironic, where, I got actually the first text was from you, and you told me it happened.
Yep.
And then the thing is, I knew him by face. I didn't know his name. So I went, I do know this guy, and I looked him up, and I remember, like, you've seen the videos in the past because just the algorithm feeds. So the algorithm feeds me, and I sit there and I watch these videos. But the one thing I picked up on the videos, and I'm not sure, I might be by myself on this one. The videos, they come from either his channel or one of his sublets of channels. They seem edited. There were pauses and camera breaks and things that didn't make it feel like it was just a constant feed. And it was like, okay, these are the footages that he wants to show because he's winning the arguments. Or, does he plant people in the audience? It says, because if I'm doing this, I'm absolutely planting people. I'm going to have people that are paid on my payroll to go out in these things and just make dumb arguments and make asses of themselves. And it helps help the brand. So I watched a few of the videos. I can see where the appeal is because it makes a lot of sense. He speaks well. He handled all of these arguments that came his way. But then in the background, I'm like, okay, how much of this is his people and the marketing and all this stuff? So I never really got into it as much as what seems like the majority of America did.
I don't think the majority of America was as into it as they're portraying now.
Yeah.
He was super popular, but not it's super polarizing now because he was unfortunately assassinated. But I bet you a good 70% of America did not know who he was before he was killed.
I would agree with that. Yeah, it's like a manufactured outrage. Like, oh, I can be mad now, let's be mad now. And then everybody wants to go pick a side, which is really, that's the way you keep everybody on not being able to get on the same page, is just keep them fighting over stupid stuff. You didn't have to go any further than, the Phillies game 2 weeks ago in Florida where Phillies Karen goes after the guy with the baseball with his kid and all this stuff. Yeah. And then that goes and picks sides, and everything goes and picks sides. And as long as we keep everybody picking sides, they're going to keep fighting. As long as everybody fights with themselves, whoever's in the background running this whole thing can just keep doing what they're doing. Yeah.
America is now a team sport.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the thing is, it'd be a great team sport if we were all on the same team.
Yeah,
and then
we're not.
Yeah, I know we're not. We're definitely not. One of the things that I keep showing up on the Facebook and different feeds is that they tell you, like, if you remember September 12th, 2001, that is the last time anybody can remember the entire country being on the same page.
Yeah,
everybody was like, this is all right. This has actually affected all of us. War is now in our backyard. Our people have died. It didn't matter what color. It didn't matter what religion. All of a sudden, we just came together, and everybody was helping out, and everybody's donating blood, and everybody's doing everything. And for the last time since then, it just made sense.
Yeah, we're in a weird spot in our country. It's going to be weird to see how we pull out of this. And these last 3 years under Trump are going to be bonkers. I want to put it on the record on the Very Terrible podcast now. His last year to 6 months is going to be nuts.
Chaos. Yeah, like September 14th, 2025. Dave is calling it. He's right there. He's calling it right now on the Very Terrible podcast. Book it.
If you think what he says and does now is, if it bothers you, just take some Xanax that last year. So yeah. It's going to really bother you.
Yeah, well, once you have nothing to lose. And that's normally how it goes, right? It's like any president that's had 2 terms, the first 4 years is play nice, play nice, play nice. And the second term is just wheels come off the bus. You can't stop me, and here we go. And it didn't matter which party you picked. They were all kind of like that. So, and I can absolutely see that happening. And unfortunately, everybody's just so wound up and entitled right now. Everybody deserves. And you didn't have to go any further than Philly's Karen to have her go over. And did you watch that video?
I watched the clip. There was a home run. Somebody catches the ball. I don't know if she took the ball or she went and got mad that somebody else got the ball. She was pissed off for some reason, and she looked exactly like the short haircut lady.
Oh, it was a walking stereotype. It was amazing. Yeah, and that's exactly what it was. Yeah, this Phillies player hits a home run. It lands in the stands. Phillies people go and pick it up or whatnot. This dad grabs it, and I don't know. I'm on the dad's side on this thing. I said if the ball hits wherever it hits, it's fair game. This dad comes up with it. He gives it to his son, and this old woman comes over and just starts verbally getting in his face and touches him. First off, she touches him, so gloves are off at that point. And credit to this guy for not doing whatever he needed to do. So he does this little thing like he's gonna punch her. And he doesn't know. He's like, oh God, it's an old woman. And then he slows down, and then, obviously, and there's more tinfoil hat, right? So we got more tinfoil hat. The video doesn't show the kid's glove the whole time. So the kid's glove is just off camera. And everybody at the baseball park sometimes brings extra baseballs. And the little kid, his head comes down to his glove and then comes back up, and he has a smirk on his face. Go back and watch it. his head goes down, and he has a smirk on his face, and his dad grabs the ball and gives it to the old lady. There's a chance that they switched that ball out and gave her a different one.
Yeah.
So, I mean, but what a horrible woman. And then the videos afterwards are great because more fans are recording, and they just continually chant and chirp at her and so on and so forth. And there were a couple stories where they think they found her, and the internet supposedly found her, and I don't think any of those stories were true. But just once again, it's just the amount of baseball is a game. It's a game. It's for kids. I always give the kid the baseball. Always give the kid the prize. I mean, the only 2 baseballs I have is one was for Bella that she got at a minor league game, and one was a foul ball that hit me and a guy I was at a baseball game with, and we were the only ones in our section. So there was no controversy. There was none of that. And they sit in my case and they collect dust. So that's basically all there is to that.
Yep.
But I mean, it's like you said, it's ridiculous the amount of entitlement and just stupidity that goes around. I saw a video from Sheriff Grady Judd the other day. Oh boy! Did you see this one?
He loves himself some him.
I'm telling you, the only guy that's a bigger fan of himself is me. Than I'm a fan of myself. I mean, this guy, he loves the camera a whole lot. He gets on the...
He's your spirit animal.
He really is. I think when I drive through his county, I'm like, if I ever get pulled over, I'm going to ask to meet him just because I can. He gets on TikTok, their whatever social media accounts, and I guess he goes into this thing, and we really should look it up, but we'll talk about it later. I'm up to my armpits in copyright infringement already, apparently. So... he talks about the I guess on the 25th of this month in the state of Florida, you're allowed to open carry.
Yeah, I watched the video.
Did you watch that video? Okay.
I did.
Yeah. And it's good video. He's like, hey, I'm pro Second Amendment. I'm pro everybody having a gun. Here's what I'm going to ask you to do. Know what the law is. He goes, I've arrested a lot of people that have made the mistake of thinking they're defending their families and their houses, and they didn't know what the law was, and I had to put people in jail that were trying to do the right thing. He goes, don't be those people. He goes, you can open carry. It's going to be a thing. It's written in the laws. Buckle up, but just understand what the laws are so you know how to use them.
Yeah, I guess Timmy down the road is going to, strap up his AR-15 and start trucking into, like, Circle K. And the business, a privately owned business, can say, I don't want that in here.
Right.
And then he's going to say, that's my Second Amendment right. And then, da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
And then off we go. And then, then the sheriffs are busy all day just chasing people around who have guns. But the other thing is the general public is not going to know this, especially people that don't have or care to carry guns. They're going to see every Tom, Dick, and Harry walking around like it's like the movie Tombstone with their 6-shooter on their side.
Yeah.
And they're going to think that there's something bad going on and calling the cops every 10 seconds.
Yeah, they're going to think they're in the middle of Los Angeles during a riot, and it's just a Thursday. Well, no, it's going to get real interesting. It sounded like it was a mistake, like it was an oversight, and then all of a sudden this thing came to be. And then I know Lori was asking me, she's like, what about the permits? I'm like, I don't think there's permits anymore either. I don't think Florida has concealed carry permits.
I think they found it unconstitutional to ban it, so essentially you can do it.
Yeah.
And before, I am no Second Amendment attorney, just want to put that out there. So this is not advice, but before, you could open carry if you were like hunting or fishing. So people would carry around fishing poles like to jetties and open carry at jetty, like the Venice jetty.
Oh.
And there's a bunch of videos, but then there's people that would do it just to provoke people, like those, activists who are like, I'm going to see how far I can push this.
We've had those here. The freedom fighters or freedom activists or whatever they are. They make their YouTube videos. We've had them stopped at the fire department, and they get their cameras out, and they've caught a couple of our guys not ready for it, and it doesn't go well.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, if you don't give them any mind, they'll go away, because they're just looking for a viral clip of you being a Karen to put online to make you look stupid.
Yeah. No, the ones, and it's been, my goodness, it's probably been almost 10 years now. We had one where across the street from the police department, more than likely this guy puts a round on the ground, and it was maybe like a 38 or something. It was relatively small, but it was the whole thing. It was the entire everything. He puts it on the ground, and then he calls out, and he goes to the fire department, he knocks on the door, he goes, I found ammunition unattended on the ground, and and he brings out one of the firemen. Now, watching the video, we understand that this fireman is a veteran. He was a sniper. He understands ammunition more than anyone else. He goes up, he's like, look what I found on the ground. He goes like, this is just sitting here. This could go off and kill someone. And the guy looks at him, he's like, yeah, I'm not doing this. And he just walks inside. Another fireman comes out, and they start having this long-winded conversation. We got to call the police and bring the police over, and then he bites for it and then goes in. But I'm like, oh my God. The first guy is like, yeah, I can see what's going on. None of this happens. And he just walked away.
Yeah.
But I told him, I said, I can't wait. I hope they come and see me. So yeah, because I said, I'll put out a freaking park bench. I'll start my own cell phone up and we'll do a dual video. We're going to go, listen, I'm glad you guys got here today. Did your mom drive you here? Let's talk about that.
Yeah, very terrible podcast, live duo.
Live. Oh, my goodness.
Debating with dipshits.
Oh, they're everywhere. They are everywhere.
Well,
but they might be some of our listeners, so we love them.
Eh.
Oh, man. Yeah, so it's been a tough week for America overall. But with any tough week in America, the way out is usually sports.
For comedy.
It really is. So they had the head coach of Oregon, I guess, had an interview the other day, and they talked to him. I guess Charlie Kirk's favorite football team in college was Oregon and all that stuff. And the guy, like, without missing a beat, he's like, you know what? America could just learn from a college locker room. We have people from different backgrounds and colors and creeds and races and sexes and all that goes, and we all work together for a common goal. No one cares where you came from. No one cares what you do. Just get together and work toward a common goal. And that was the perfect answer for what it was. But yeah, college football, and I know you're not the hugest college football fan in the entire world, but your America's team, the USF Bulls, took their first loss of the year to the Miami Hurricanes.
Oh, they lost?
As Donald Trump would say, bigly. Very, very bigly, 49-12.
I think they've kind of punched up in their weight class the last couple
they
weeks.
They did. They took out a prematurely ranked 25 Boise State, and then they took out the at the time I think it was 13 ranked Florida Gators, and then they made their match there with Miami.
Just those two victories should help them with recruiting. I don't know. Maybe you could explain this to me and the listeners. If do the new rules and where the players are able to be compensated with money, does that affect, before that was allowed, those two victories would have scored them some big, students to come play for them.
Yes. Now
that there's this money aspect in this, does that change that?
It does change it, but not in. It helps the wins help the program. The money helps the players. So you take a lot of the NIL money, is through donations and through foundations and stuff like that. So we'll take, say, South Florida, for instance. South Florida asks for money constantly. I mean, just all the time. Every time there's a win, there's an email in my inbox. Hey, let's celebrate the victory by donating $1,000 to this, that, and the other. And then they have, I think it's called the Fowler Street NIL or something along those lines. And then they have separate accounts, and they're just basically pooling money together to buy these players to come over. And then, you look at it and you're like, okay, so you as the player have to make a decision. You want to go to any school, X school. Yeah, okay, I can make this money up front and they can pay me to come here. But the more you play and the more you win, the bigger the stages that you're on, which will then help you then with your NFL resume, which is where more money is after that. So it's a combination of both, right? So you can go to USF and you can pick up their nickels and dimes that they throw on the floor with their NIL money. Or, you can end up with, say, you have a Carson Beck that went from Georgia over to Miami and ends up driving a Lamborghini somehow. And then, so you have that style of NIL money. And then, or, what's that? Arch Manning is over in Texas. He was on 6 out of every 7 commercials. And he had a terrible game that first week, but he was on every single commercial, getting paid for every single commercial because now he can. You also want to be on a team, though, that's going to get to the playoffs, get to the championships, and do all that stuff, because at the end of your 4-6 years, however long you can Van Wilder yourself into college, that, you want to be able to go somewhere next and continue that lifestyle, because you and I both know on a much smaller scale that, once you become used to a certain amount of money, you want to continue getting that certain amount of money. because your lifestyle will then change. And unfortunately for them, young kids don't save too well.
No,
So
they don't.
they get
And
broke
when I was young, I
fast.
was not good at saving money at all. Like, by the time I was, I think, probably 20, then it took me 2 years, 2 or 3 years just to get out of the debt that I got myself into with credit cards. Because, like most young people, I thought, hey, I got free money. I'm just going to swipe this plastic card and rack up a bunch of debt. And then,
Yeah.
but digging out of that was like a good lesson because it took me years. And I was like, this is never going to happen ever again.
That's the same story I have. Yeah, I moved to Florida with $20,000 of credit card debt, and when you met me, I was dead broke. And yeah, it took me 7 years of making payments and stacking it up and learning how to get the hell out of it. And once again, same thing. It'll never happen again. The downside is we have spouses that have to deal with that.
Yeah.
You know, hey, I'd like to go buy a no. We like to go. We get a no?
I don't mind as long as it's nothing, it doesn't affect anything like vehicles, but, we talk about it and figure it out and make sound decisions. And luckily, I think we both have got spouses that are responsible and, make good decisions. I mean, they both like to shop, I think, but
they do. Yeah, that's it. They love the Amazon. So
I love Amazon.
Yeah,
Lately, I've been ordering stuff like last night. I filled up the hot tub because the weather's nice now. Mm-hmm. I was like, maybe I'll actually get in this stupid thing. Yep. And so I filled it up, trying to get the water where it won't, melt my skin off when I get in there. Get the pH right. And I had to order some pH increaser off Amazon, and I ordered it at probably 10 o'clock at night, and it showed up at like 10 o'clock this morning.
Yes.
I'm like, that is convenient. Creepy.
Yeah, it is. Now, let me ask you, hot tub water, just because I have one as well, as all good podcasters probably do. Did you have to fill it with water, or was there already water in it? You just have to adjust it?
There was water in it. It was low. So I was like, okay, so I had to drag the hose over there, sit there for 20 minutes, fill her up, let it circulate, and then check it with the test strip that the outside where you read what it tells you it is melted off the bottle.
Yes.
So I'm not even sure what I'm reading, but I'm like, okay, this is low, I'm pretty sure.
Does it make colors?
Yeah. So, I was like, something's off, but I'm not sure what's off.
Yeah. No, and that's the way ours is. Mars, because of the girls with their body lotions and hair products and everything else, they'll get in it and it gets cloudy quick. So we've got to keep ours over chlorinated and over upper on the pH and all that stuff just to kind of keep it clear. But there's days, you get out and you're like, God, my skin hurts.
Yeah. I don't use bromine. I actually use chlorine. So I don't know, for whatever reason, I just
I think I do too. Yeah, I think I do too. Powdered chlorine.
Yep, that's what I use, powdered chlorine, and then I got the little floaty deal with the put one little chunk in there and let it float around.
Yeah, I should do that. That would be the next step.
Very exciting hot tub talk.
Hot tub topics. That would be the title, Hot Tub Topics. Sexy hot tub time with Dave and Jason.
Yeah, we go from assassinations to hot tub maintenance.
Hey, we're all over the place.
Squirrel.
Yeah. So, squirrel. Going back to college football. So here's something I crossed into, which I was not pleased with. This is I guess you can call it a Disney complaint because Disney owns ESPN. Last season, I signed up for ESPN Plus. And in doing so, ESPN Plus gave me like this bunch of nice package of things. And there's one thing called Skycast, and I absolutely love Skycast. And it's that floating camera in the stadium that zips on the zip lines. And you get just that feed. So there's no commentators, there's no nothing. It's just that camera. You feel like you're at the game. You hear the announcers, you hear the players, you hear all that stuff. And that's all you hear. It's a lot of good time. I went to go sign up, or I went to go look again. They separated. ESPN now has ESPN Plus and ESPN Unlimited. And guess which one is more money? The one you want. Son of a bitch. So I go through, it was more money. I'm like, no, I'm done with all of it. So I just canceled all, and I said, hell, I'll watch just regular ass TV, not have anything I enjoy. But what a pain in the... Everything you're turning into is just a little more.
Well, I would say entertainment now is becoming more a la carte.
Yeah.
Where before, you usually got a cable package, and then you got a billion channels you didn't want. Now it's almost like you just sign up and purchase whatever streaming service or, services you want. Like UFC,
Yeah.
they after the first of the year, they're going to switch over to Paramount Plus,
Yes.
which is going to be nice because I actually stopped watching UFC because I couldn't. Well, I could afford. I didn't want to afford to be a fan anymore.
Right.
If they have an event every 2 or 3 weeks and it's $60.
No, yeah, you can't do that.
And I'm like, now it's $100 for the whole year for Paramount Plus, and you could watch everything. So I think their sport is going to explode again.
I think so. That sounds good, right? Yeah, because it's one price, it's upfront, and you get more content. So you, as the person who enjoys it, is going to actually get more in the transaction. That's smart because you're going to get more people.
Yeah, and I could actually, you've got to watch them all to, get the storylines and see this guy.
It's like a soap opera with punching.
Yeah. Watch this guy lose and then come back and come back and get the belt. But I was like, man, I can't afford to watch this soap opera anymore.
Yeah, another one. So it was ESPN and ESPN Limited, and then I just dealt with YouTube Premium. Right, so I'm sitting there on my phone, and I'm playing. I play music and stuff before you get on, and you'll know from when you log in. I'll just have music playing in the background, which is just YouTube videos, just to make sure the phone stuff goes into the board. And if you try to minimize on my phone, if you get rid of where YouTube's on the screen, it stops playing. But a pop-up comes up and goes, do you want to hear this song while this thing's not on the screen? Select YouTube Premium. I already have YouTube TV. Why the hell do I have to get YouTube Premium? Why is that a thing? Why can't I just pay for YouTube TV and you just bump up my regular stuff? But they don't, just like you said, a la carte, except now we can nickel and dime.
What's the difference between YouTube TV and YouTube Premium?
Well, YouTube TV is actual television. And I got to tell you, I mean, I've been through DirecTV, I've been through Roku, I've tried to steal passwords and all that stuff from my family members. It's just easy. It's like $78, and it gives me more channels than I could ever worry about. It has all my sports channels on it. I can pretty much watch every game I want. It has picture-in-picture for my sports games, so I watched 4 football games at a time all day yesterday. And it has a DVR kind of built into its program. So when the girls want to watch Big Brother or their soaps or whatever, that it records it, and then you can come back afterwards and you can pick it out of the library and say, no, I want to watch this show now. And then it's all right there. And from what I remember of DirecTV, if DirecTV was over $100 a month, I'm now down to $70 or $80 a month, and I'm getting all the service that I need. It's just done. And then I can't use the upgraded YouTube on my phone, though.
Oh. Yeah, I have YouTube Premium. I watch more YouTube stuff than any sort of streaming devices at all. I mainly just watch YouTube channels and just people's content they put out.
I got it, and it's really interesting is because a super fan of the show, Jason Cohen, also does that as well. And he literally sits there and watches YouTube videos, finds his hobbies, finds his interests, and then just goes to down the rabbit holes. He loves going down those rabbit holes.
It figures out what you like, and it just feeds you dopamine.
Yeah. Yeah, and after a while, I said, it gets exhausting. And then that's like I said, so the algorithm feeds that. Now, let's talk about broken algorithms. I have a broken algorithm that comes through my Facebook page. And I'm actually going to see if I can actually I'm going to find the pictures just to kind of tell this story. So you go through Facebook, which apparently, according to Bella, is for only old people now. And now, there are certain things that
Bella.
What's that?
I said, we're not old.
No, I'd like to not think so. So this is a screenshot. This is a screenshot of Walmart's ads that I've got going on. And I'm like, okay, wait a minute. And I'm like, maybe that's a fluke. Oh, no.
She's a thick one.
Going. Yeah, there's this big girl that they put on there. Yeah. And I'm like, my algorithm is feeding this. I'm like, what? I don't look up these videos. What
yes, you do. You like them big and juicy.
So I'm like, okay, maybe it's a fluke. It's Walmart.com. If you can hear in the background, the dog is barking at someone. So then it gets worse. Dave, it gets worse. I want to go now, and I'm still scrolling along. Victoria's Secret pops up, which is closer to the things I probably look at online. Except, what do you notice about this young lady?
Oh.
Right?
Yeah, she got into a knife fight in Cambodia.
I can't make this shit up. I can't. This is what comes up on my feeds now. I don't know what I did. My algorithm is broken. I don't know what I did. I've got amputees and heavy girls on my Walmart and Victoria's Secret ads. I don't know what I did.
I don't mind me some thick ladies.
And that's all good and fine, but I'm like, you'd think the algorithm was prompted by something, and I don't know what I did.
Yeah.
Oh man,
massage their nubs.
and it wasn't so bad. When I got to the Victoria's Secret one, I went, okay, wait a minute. I went, this is a very specific thing here that's going on. Oh, but my gosh, the computers and the background and the AI. Oh my God, we were talking about, you and I were talking off screen about AI earlier. Speaking engagements. I don't know if you want to talk about yours. I'll definitely talk about mine, but you want to talk about yours first.
Yeah, next week I've got 3 continuing education classes that I have to instruct. 2 of them are going to be a walk in the park. The third one has got almost nearly 100 people signed up for it, so that'll be interesting.
There you go. You got the applause button.
Usually, if it's like 10 people in a room, it's almost like just having a normal conversation, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't think it's gonna add a different dynamic with that many people in there, but we're gonna make it happen.
That's awesome. No, that is, and thing is, the difference between you and I is that even though you're doing this, now you do realize by doing this, people all around the world, whether you like it or not, are scrolling by you and seeing you and all this other stuff. But you don't want to sit in front of a room with 50 people in it and talk to them.
Nope. I mean, I don't not like it. It's just I'm like I like to have that. I like the smaller classes because you can actually get to know people and get to know their personalities. But with a class that big, there's no option. You can't even go around the room and ask them their name, their hobbies, what they blah, blah, blah. You know, normally what I would do in a normal class because the class, you only get an hour. That would be the whole class.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So we're just going to have to dive headfirst right into the source material.
Well, that might actually help you out, too. That means you don't have to ad-lib that much.
And the other thing is I'm pretty sure that I'm following a motivational keynote speaker. So, yeah, never had to do that before.
Well, buckle up. Ready for this train wreck I've got coming up? So at the end of, I think it's going to be the end of October, during my wedding anniversary, I will be in Fort Lauderdale speaking at what's called the NCPERS Conference. It's the nationwide public pension forum. Like, so people from all around the country are going to show up, not just Florida. So I got to make one of these things, right? There's a little, what they'll call bios. Right?
Right.
You got a little picture of me and then some BS. So I just typed one up really quick. This is good. So here's what I typed up, and then Lori put it into AI. And let's listen to the difference in the two of them, right? So Jason Spinner is a 16-year operations lieutenant for the City of Cape Coral Fire Department. He currently serves as a pension trustee for the Cape Coral Firefighters Pension Trust Fund, where he has served since 2013, as well as a trustee for the Cape Coral Professional Firefighters Health Insurance Trust. Before his career in the fire service, Jason had an extensive career in retail management, where he learned about servant leadership and personnel issues. Today, he takes this experience and knowledge to his trustee duties, as well as educating new hires and escorting retirees through the retirement process. Jason has spoken before City Council and administration on several occasions regarding pension-related topics. Pretty clean cut, pretty thing. I just typed it up and I go. Lori says, okay, hey, let's put this into AI. I can only tell you, it's unbelievable. And this was instant. It wasn't like it thought about it. It just spit this out. Jason Spinner is a 16-year operations lieutenant with the City of Cape Coral Fire Department. In addition to his service in the firehouse, he is deeply involved in firefighter advocacy and financial stewardship. Since 2013, Jason has served as a pension trustee for the Cape Coral Firefighters Pension Trust Fund and was also a trustee for the Cape Coral Professional Firefighters Health Insurance Trust. Before joining the fire service, Jason built a successful career in retail management, where he developed a passion for servant leadership and gained extensive experience in personnel management. He now applies those skills to his work as a trustee, guiding new hires in understanding their benefits and supporting retirees through the transition into retirement. Jason is recognized as a recognized voice on pension-related issues, having spoken before City Council and City Administration on multiple occasions. His blend of frontline fire service experience, leadership, and organizational trust and commitment to the well-being of his fellow firefighters has made him a trusted advocate and educator within his community. Holy crap, it got deep in here.
Yeah. It almost sounds like, I don't know if you've ever gone to an air show before the Blue Angels, and the guy that kind of pumps them up, that he kind of gives them like the...
No, I've never seen that.
He's like, this is the Blue Angels. They're da, 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 da. It sounds just like that, where he's like, these guys
I couldn't believe. I love me some me. oh my gosh, this thing just went over the top. I'm like, I get it. AI is going to take over and we're just done. We are just done.
Oh yeah, it's going to take over, but we might as well use it to our advantage until it does.
Oh man, I couldn't believe it. I'm like, I'm absolutely going to use it because it makes me sound way better, which the level of disappointment, and like you were saying, is you're going to be following up with some pretty big speakers beforehand. I have been given the last slot on the last day. Here's the thing about a conference for anyone who hasn't gone. You know who sticks around for the last conference slot on the last day? Pretty much no one.
Yeah.
No one. They want to beat traffic. They want to get the hell out of there. They've been there for 4 days, having free drinks and free meals and getting free goodies. They want to get the hell out of there and go home to their families. They're not going to stick around for lonely old Jason Spitter of the Cape Coral Fire Department. So we're going to have to make that part of my intro.
How did you end up in that spot? Was that, whose decision was that?
They've made an agenda, and I'm sure they may adjust it back and forth. But as I'm looking at the agenda and the people who are speaking there, I am the only one who is not an actual professional speaker.
Oh.
Like really big time companies, big CEOs are showing up. Like you were saying, like these big time motivational people who actually work in depth pension, the nuts and bolts of it. Where I'm going to come in, I'm just going to talk about how to be a better trustee. So I mean, mine kind of it makes a nice end cap on their whole week. And I'm not a professional, so they're like, you know what? If he frigs it up, let him sit at the end. They're just going to be wanting to get out of there anyway.
Yeah, I'm following Dr. Damian Friedman, Empowering Lives.
That name sounds very familiar.
I don't know. That's what I don't know how to...
Tilt your phone. Tilt it. Oh, okay. He looks like Russell Brand.
Yeah, I think he's like... special operations, they all seem to get into motivational speakers, right? I bought his book, but I don't know if I'm going to read it before we get there.
Yeah. Have him sign it. Bring it to him and have him sign it.
That's what I'm going to do.
He'll get a kick out of that.
It'd be nice if I could actually read it before I get there, so if he asks me like
tell
a
me your favorite
trivia
passage.
question. Yeah.
In this scenario, I'm going to give him an accent. So, David, tell me your favorite passage.
Yeah. The power where you empowered me to be a better leader. And, I was really worried about doing the speech, but now I've been powered by you to get it done.
We got these books they give us at the fire department by Jocko, whatever the hell his name is.
Oh,
Jocko Wilkin.
I used to follow him. I got tired.
He's the worst. He's the worst. I wouldn't lead him into a breakfast sandwich line. Oh my God. Too much blow nutty bullshit. Absolutely too much.
I wake up 3 o'clock in the morning and work out before you.
Yeah. Yeah. You gotta do this. It's stupid. I read like the first chapter. I went, I am not finishing this book. So
I do more shit before you wake up all day than you do get done all day. You piece of shit.
Yep. Yeah. You suck. And look at me and my crinkly face. Speaking of crinkly faces, did something else that showed up on my algorithm. And this is just going to be me picking on someone because I can, because I'll never meet, I would say her, but whatever, Ellen Page. I saw a side-by-side picture of Ellen Page, and it looked I don't know if it was a bad camera angle or a bad day, but they just need help. Help. And I think this is something I'm seeing with celebrities a lot, too. Ellen Page is looking rough. Britney Spears looks just terrible, and no one wants to help, or are they trying to help her and it's just not working? Like, have you watched these videos? Oh yeah, because my wife, she likes Britney Spears, and there was this whole I don't know it enough, but I was like, her father was like running her life for a long time, and there was the whole Free Britney thing, and I was like, yeah, watch when they let her out, we're all gonna be like, oh shit, that was the best thing in the world for her. Yeah. And then now that she just makes these crazy videos just getting naked in front of the camera while her dog takes a shit on the floor behind her. Yeah. And like, it's only a matter of time before we, that's the next wrinkle in the simulation is, she's no longer with us because of X, Y, and Z. No, and it's absolutely a thing. And it's just, with great money and great power make you more of what you already are. And man, she must have been a mess beforehand. But like you said, she had framework. She couldn't go nuts because she had all this framework locking up her money. Now it's just the gloves are off, and it's sad. It's really sad because she did have talent. Disney kid, right? She was a Mouseketeer. had the whole world going for her. But you look at her and Justin Bieber, right? They were together as kids. They were a couple, I think, for a while, right?
I think so.
And then, and then said, obviously, Justin doing just fine. Doing just fine.
Actually, I don't think he's doing just fine.
No?
No, I think he's like he's got like Lyme's disease, and there's like
Well, that's not his fault, unless he's rolling with ticks on purpose.
well, there's a bunch of videos of him at a concert where like he only sang like 20% of the lyrics of the song. He did that kind of crutch thing where you have the crowd sing it, and I hate that.
Okay. Yeah.
If I'm paying for a concert, like you could ask the crowd to shout like one verse or something, but
Yeah.
I came to watch you perform. I don't want to listen to Billy Bob and his 12 kids sing the song.
There is a video that I will suggest to you, and for the life of me, I'm going to have to send it to you off the show because I don't have the right sign in for my thing. On YouTube, there's a video of a guy in the 90s who is he was a British singer from a British band. They had one really good song, but he came down with a very bad disease, whether it was like a Lyme disease or some kind of a neurological disorder. And he wanted to come out on stage so bad, and he fought like hell to get out in the summer of like, I don't know, 2002, 2003 or whatever. And he comes out, and he couldn't. He just gets out there, and he's struggling, and he's whatever one is with the Tourette's. He's got the twitch, and he's twitching, and he can't sing, and all of a sudden the crowd picks up and just goes with it, and it was just all right. Like, okay, he gets it. I get it. That's fine.
Yeah,
you know. Neil, what's his face there? He just had a stroke the other day.
Vince Neil. Actually, I think it was a while back. I think it was a long time ago because they just started their residency this week, and he just told everybody it happened because they said that the residency wouldn't happen. So now that he's gone through rehab and is able to, I don't think he was singing very good before the stroke. So
no, it was terrible. They would play it on the radio and like listen to what he's trying to say, and you couldn't understand a damn word he was trying to say.
He was horrible. And the rest of it, I'm pretty sure 90%. I mean, John 5 now that plays guitar, he's super talented. I imagine he might be actually playing live, but Nikki Snicks is not playing live. You know, it's probably all tracks.
Well, and the sad part is, it's like, did they not? Once again, they didn't save their money or something. Like, why do you got to keep dragging yourself out there? You know, there's a couple of these '90s bands that you still see them show up, and you're like, really? Why?
That's a big thing now. Like Limp Bizkit, like all
Three Doors Down. I mean, like, why is 3 Doors Down still on tour? That shouldn't even be a thing.
Well, people are going to watch them still. There's some nostalgia.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's very many talented new people.
No, it's probably not. Well, everything is all AI synthesized. What's the thing with the voice? Auto-tuned. Yeah, auto-tuned and all that stuff. So that's what it all is. And like I said, I want to play the video. I can't play the video because I'm going to get a copyright infringement, which I just said earlier in the show. I'm up to my tits and armpit infringement right now with YouTube because every time I would play a commercial, come to find out, I'm thinking I've got that royalty-free music. Apparently, every time I've played a South Florida Lift Stations commercial, it flags as a copyright thing. And I guess YouTube has a deal with the people who apparently I thought it was royalty-free. Apparently, it's still an issue. And they said, as long as your show isn't monetized, you can go ahead and keep that episode up. I went, well, right now, you and I are going to be screwed if I keep doing this because once we're going to make it famous, then all of a sudden, you know.
Yeah, this is our redneck retirement fund.
It really is. So, I mean, now, all those shows, so I got, like, I have one last-ditch effort, but I'm like, you know what, at this point, you might as well just go ahead and just do it live. So, I mean.
But I think Lori's our meal ticket because I think you said most of her videos get all the views.
They do. And actually, you know, it's funny you mentioned that is we had one it was 2 weeks ago, maybe last week. Yeah, I'm once again, I'm just like a little kid when it comes to this thing. I don't know what I'm doing. But I put the videos up and I do the little things and Bella gives me feedback and says, Dad, that's stupid. That looks like crap. And I try to change it. We had one video where Lori and I were on there and we had our first video that we made ourselves with 10,000 views. And I'm like, holy crap. But all of a sudden, like, because it was creeping up, it was 3,000, 4,000, 5,000. And I'm sitting there like a crackhead. I'm like scratching my cheeks. I'm like, oh, we got to get more views. And I'm like, 7,000, 8,000. I go, Lori, this is going to hit 10,000. It's going to hit 10,000 views. This is like it's like a drug. But then here's what happens. You go over 10,000 and then you go, what's next? I want more. And I'm like, oh, wait a minute. This is the whole point of this. It's like
20,000.
there is no end game to this. So now I'm not going to get excited about any of it. I'm just going to let whatever happen. But yeah, it was like I had that video with 10,000 views. I go 10,000 times this video that we made played. Hopefully 7,000 new people saw it, and I still only have 53 subscribers. But I got more subscribers today. We made a video out in the backyard that's on TikTok, and I'm asking. I had 48 subscribers. I needed 2 more to get to the 50 that I can unlock TikTok Live.
Yep.
And I don't know how it works, but I unlocked it. So now, by the kindness of others and the kindness of everybody who watches out there, we now have TikTok Live that we're going to tinker and mess with. And then I bought a wireless little microphone thing that clips on my shirt, or I can clip it on my hat, and it sounds cool. It's got little background noise reduction, so it doesn't sound like your fan. And I
think you could just upload this live in TikTok Live, like as we're doing this.
I would think so too. Or I could just take the phone and set it up on the ring and just do it, and then we could actually have like live feedback, talk at the time, things like that. So that's the next evolution of this project that you and I started, 10 plus years ago. So
here we are.
Hey, I watched the first 2 episodes we did, which were in the same night this morning, and we were ahead of our time because we talked about the death pool even before it was called the death pool. We did the 2014 year in review where we talked about celebrities that died. We were ahead of it. We were ahead of the game.
Oh yeah, we're savants.
We are just doing it.
Idiot savants.
Because of copyright infringement, and we need to make this big someday, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to hold up my bottle koozie because we have bottle koozies, right? We're going to thank South Florida Lift Stations, Josh and family, for always being a big part of the show. And you can find Josh and his whole crew at 239-332-0041. South Florida Lift Stations for your lift station sales service and maintenance needs.
Hell yeah. Go Josh.
Can't wait to get him on the show. We've just not had him on the show yet, and we're just missing a golden opportunity.
Yeah, you just got to commandeer him and get him in there.
Yep, I'm going to tell his wife to make him come down and do it. So, with that, Dave, that really wraps up our list that I made. Oh, you know what? Oh, actually, well, we can save the other one for a different episode. It doesn't matter. What else you got? Anything?
That's it. Other than I was looking through our AI recap of this, and I don't think AI knows that Charlie Kirk passed away.
Oh.
It says, what did Charlie say this week? Pick a recent clip and go to town.
Hell, I'll tell you what. I mean, did you see the tinfoil hat conspiracy theory that he's not actually dead?
That is literally the last bullet point on this thing. It says, audience poll. Is Charlie Kirk real or AI generated?
Oh, see? Because there's a video of him having a black square, like 3 inches above where he got hit on his shirt, whether it was a wireless microphone or whatever it was. And they're like, what if that is there to spit out the blood and he's not really dead? And I'm like, come on.
Oh yeah, it was just ridiculous. I had to get off the internet because I was like, this is just too much. It's like, first it's Israel, then it was Trump, and then it's the Mossad from Israel, and then they were saying it's somebody did it on his team. They
the guy with the thing and the this and the that.
Oh yeah, that, and then there's his ring goes from one finger to the other, and. You got some shitty cell phones shooting at like 2 frames a second, Yeah.
It was
you're going to get some weird footage.
Well, take that idea that you just gave us and go even further. Like, I don't watch the news anymore. I can't. It's depressing.
What's all doom and gloom, and, if it bleeds, it leads.
Right. And I really do. I've only met maybe 1 or 2 like news people. But when I do meet them, if I have the time to talk to them, I ask them. I'm like, how do you do it? How do you not have to go to therapy every couple days to try to wash out all the stuff you have to report day after day after day? And it can't be healthy.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't... The only thing that I don't understand is the gun. Like, they found the gun in...
I haven't kept up with it. You'll have to educate me. I haven't kept up on any of it.
Maybe it's just
I don't watch the news.
Yeah, maybe it's just shitty reporting on from the FBI. Go figure. But they're saying they found this gun in a box in the woods, and they're saying he like disassembled it, but then the picture shows the gun completely assembled. Maybe that was just a stock photo and not really the gun. I'm like, but how? Like, there's the video of him leaving, and
Yeah.
that is a long rifle, and there's no way he's got that on. Like in the video of him going there, you could see him limping. So you're like, okay, maybe he's got his pant leg and he's walking like a weirdo.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just when I go hunting, you don't want to touch the scope. You
No.
definitely don't want to shove it down your pants and climb up a building and
Right, because you move it this much and it's that much in a shot.
It's the air is magnified when you start jimmying it in your pants.
Yeah.
I would think you would just place it there the week before, do your deed, leave it there, run away, because they're gonna find it anyways.
Yeah.
Like Oswald, they found the gun, but it's like, why would you take it and hide it in the woods down the road and leave it there?
Yeah.
So I don't know. And then the FBI director saying, "I'll meet you in Valhalla." Like, what? That is the weirdest, dumbest shit.
I guess that's the part where I just shrug my shoulders, because a lot of the topics and a lot of stuff that I've already told everybody I just don't get into, whether it's religion or politics or whatever. I guess I just don't give a crap that much. I've never been that mad where I've wanted to shoot someone over it. Really. Like, let's, for example, my least favorite television program by a country mile is The View. I absolutely can't stand those cackling bitches. I don't even care what side of the fence they're on. They're just horrible to watch, horrible people. They're entitled. They're pieces of human trash. I would never want to hurt any of them. Not a one. I wish them bankruptcy. I wish them a very bad head cold, but I'm never going to go out of my way to cause them harm. People that cut me off in traffic, you would bang on your steering wheel and you'd say horrible things with the rolled up windows of your car, but I'm never going to stop my car and attack anybody.
And assault someone.
Yeah, I just don't get it. Am I lazy or am I the solution? I don't even know. It can't be a thing where like we just feel so unbelievably invincible that you just think you can go up to people or just go out and do this stuff. And I'm like, you get within reason, like pick your religion, pick your beliefs or whatever, but you get one shot. You get one shot at life. You're gonna give it up to shoot somebody because you don't like what he said out loud? Come on, that's a bunch of crap. I mean, the worst part is you and I and most of America, at least, are eating enough plastics and microplastics and cancer stuff that we're going to end up being dead sooner rather than later anyway. Why am I going to waste it being a victim of a judicial system because I wanted to prove a point? I mean, somewhere between let's start a revolution and let's have macaroni and cheese, I think, is the answer. So,
I vote macaroni and cheese.
I'm more toward macaroni and cheese at this point. Oh, so either way, thank you to South Florida Law Stations for sponsoring all of this stuff.
Can we just have a normal fucking year where, we just live life?
Well, we've had a normal year, and I don't even want to say it out loud. I'm not superstitious, so I'm going to say it out loud. Dave, we've had a great year with weather. We've had a great year with weather, and so I'll take that. Yeah. Everything is a fish storm, and let's just do 2025 as fish storm so I can finally get everything fixed at my house.
I'll get scolded if I say it out loud.
Oh, yeah. Superstition's a real thing to people.
Yeah. I can't control the weather.
But somebody can, Dave. That's why we got all these fish storms. Tinfoil hat. Tinfoil hat.
Russia's got their beam, magnetic wave beam that they're shooting into the Gulf of Tonkin or whatever we're calling it this week.
I don't care. Like I said, to me is if we already saw we could do cloud seeding, and like if they can, like I think the insurance companies would be on board. If we can control the weather and keep all the hurricanes away, you don't even need to lower my premium. Just keep my premium where it is. I'll pay whatever the amount is as long as you keep the weather away from my house. You keep the free money, and I'll not make claims. Everybody's happy.
Yeah. How do they not have like B-2 bombers that are dropping, sawdust into these hurricanes and just killing them? I know.
I am a big fan of Sahara dust.
Yeah.
I'm going to invest money in Saharan dust.
Yeah.
We're going to do that.
It does a hell of a job to kill these hurricanes.
It really does. David, we are 55 minutes into it, my guy. You're tired. You look like you need some rest. We
Yes,
have a big
sir.
week coming up tomorrow. I have to go back and serve in the community. Thank you for hanging out with us again tonight.
Yes, sir.
All right. With another one in the books and our way into being rich and famous. I'm Jason.
And I'm David.
And it has been yet another very terrible podcast.